Hello guys, welcome back to this video. So in today's video tutorial, I'm teaching you a 1-minute scalping strategy that you can carry out using just one indicator and the 𝗕𝗙𝗃 candle. And as you can see right here, guys, this my trade already. You can see we are up by 189% already. You can see realized profit. We have already secured about $23, and then we still have about $45 in this trade. And if I scroll down here, I'm margin here because we have closed half of this trade already. It was $50 initially we entered this trade with, and right now we have $24 in this trade. And this is for this particular token right here, and we are using a 10x leverage on this. So if I go ahead and decide to close half of this trade again, we can secure another profit out of this $40 dollars. By the way, I will show you that in a moment, but let me just finish up with the video itself. And I have other trades running, and it is using just this simple strategy that I'm going to teach you, and it is on the 1-minute time frame. You can see right here I am on the 1-minute time frame, and that is where I took this trade. So the first thing for this to work for you, the first thing is to look for the token you want to trade. You don't just use it randomly. And personally, what I do is to go for tokens that are trending. By the way, guys, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that whenever we publish new videos like this, you'll be the first to be notified. And this video is sponsored by Bitunix. Bitunix is one of those crypto exchanges that charges very low fee, and they're actually trending. And what I'm going to show you in this video, you see this indicator. Normally, when you trade with other exchanges, you don't have access to some of these indicators on the mobile app. But with the Bitunix exchange, if you are going to use the mobile app, you have access to all of these indicators. You can equally use it on your phone. So whatever I show you here, you can do it on your phone. I've made videos previously about Bitunix exchange, and in this video, I'm going to do everything entirely on the Bitunix platform. So the first thing I want to do is to make sure that I open this to be on my full screen, my chart to be on the full screen, and then we make sure that we are on the 1-minute time frame, as you can see right here. So the first thing I do for this strategy to work for you, if you don't have a Bitunix exchange account already, go and try that. You won't regret it. The link will be in the video description. There are some welcome bonuses that you have access to, and they are equally offering some cashbacks that when you deposit a certain amount, you get a certain amount to try at the exchange, and a whole lot of trading bonuses that you can claim from the Bitunix platform, right? So the first thing, let's jump into the strategy. The first thing is to select a token. So what I do is once I click on this option to select the token, right? Now, this is another good thing with Bitunix. Other exchanges, when you put your chart on a full screen, you cannot select any token. But this is all encompassing, all right? So it's one of those exchanges that I love. So go and check it out. The link will be in the video description. So once I go to the token option right here, to select my token, click on that arrow, it brings this drop down that you see right here. I want to make sure that we're on the futures trading tab. And the next thing, you see these options here. You want to go to the change. You want to check the 24 hours change. If I click on it, if you are doing this thing for the first time, if you click on it once, it gives you the top gainers. You click on it again, it gives you the top losers. And when you click on it again, it gives you the ranking according to volume and all of that. But we'll just go ahead and click on it once we come in here, and it gives us the top gainers right here. You can see Rave is the one currently gaining with 36% up. We can see Q, we can see ICNT, and Piping. We can see all of this, right? So that was how I saw anime, and was it 10 to 15% up as at the time I started looking at it. And another thing I want to look at is the volume. This is about $16 million in volume for this particular exchange alone. This token has done. So it means a lot of people are actually on this, and they are putting in a lot of money. So I just go ahead and selected it. And then after I selected that token, the next thing I did was to go to my candle. If I go to this option where you see this candle and I click on this arrow here, normally by default, yours will be on the candles option, on the Japanese candlestick option. So you want to scroll down until you get to this 𝗕𝗙𝗃 candlesticks option. Go ahead and click on it. Now, why we are selecting the 𝗕𝗙𝗃 candle option is because we want to filter out the noise in the market. And as at the time I came in, few minutes ago when I came in into this trade, what I saw was that the market was trending downward. And in order to help me better, I need to add an indicator to help guide me. And that indicator is this one. So you go to the indicators tab right here, click on it. And once you click on it, you want to scroll down here to this dialog box and type in 𝗥𝗘𝗙. That's the name of the indicator. 𝗥𝗘𝗙 multiple moving average. That's the name of the indicator. Just type in 𝗥𝗘𝗙 multiple moving average and then click on it, and that will be added to your chart. We don't need to do any setting on the 𝗥𝗘𝗙 multiple indicator. We don't need to do any setting here. So I just plotted it, and you can see that when the market is moving down, when the market is in a downtrend, on any time frame, this indicator works on all time frame, but I prefer using it on the 1-minute time frame. So when the market is in a downtrend, right, you will see clearly here, even if I pick my trend line, you will see clearly here that as at this time, this market was actually trending downward. and we come test that this resistance, which is our trend line here, and we reject, test the trend line, and then we reject. Even without a trend line, which is why I actually added this indicator, is that you can see that the moving averages, the red ones are above the green ones. So we had that crossover somewhere around there where the green had to cross, and then since then the green has been below, and then the red moving averages has been on top. So here, what I was looking at when I came in here, I saw this around here, and I said, okay, what does market structure says? What does break of structure says, and all of that? So that's why I drew this, my rectangle 2 right here. So this is the high we created before we came to create this lower low. So we created a high here that is lower than this previous high. So I was waiting for this high to be taken out for this market to change direction. Normally, this will happen before this crossover will happen, because indicators always lag, they always delay. So before that, you need to understand all of these other things that I'm showing you. So we created this high around here before we created this low. And this recent low we created, I was waiting if we can come create another high that is lower than this previous one and continue to go down. But eventually what happened? We actually broke this high here. And one thing I was looking at why the 𝗕𝗙𝗃 candle is, you see that we've been going red. So whenever market is trending down, you'll be seeing red. And from here up to the point where we broke this structure right here, the 𝗕𝗙𝗃 candle has been giving me green candles, green candles, green candles. And this was just a confirmation I needed, which is why I switched to the 𝗕𝗙𝗃 candle. That once we break out of this area, I'm going to take a trade. So immediately I saw that we've broken out and my 𝗕𝗙𝗃 candle was still green. I entered a trade, and you can see that this is my entering point right here. This line you see here, if I zoom out, you can see this is my entering point, and this is the trade that is currently running, right? So that is how I entered this trade, because the 𝗕𝗙𝗃 candle helped to actually give me that signal, and then eventually to stay in the market. I saw that my moving average has already crossed above the red one. The green ones has already crossed above the red moving averages. And what happened? Market continued to go up. So at this point, when we started pulling back, I just had to close half of my position. And right now, guys, my stop loss was just beneath this area. Right now, you can see my stop loss is above my entering price. So it means that even if this market comes back down from here, even if the market start coming back down from here, it's going to hit my stop loss. I'll still go home with some profit. So another thing I can do is to click on this stop loss option, right, and then drag it up. I can shift it, right? That's one good thing I love with the Bitunix. You see that my stop loss has been adjusted. So right now it's securing more of the profit that I've made already for me. Okay. So right here, this is our stop loss is just on top of here. So it means if this start coming down, we're going to be closing, instead of just closing half of the trade and it keep reducing our margin, and that will affect the amount of profit we make in case this market continues to go up. So right here, I will keep adjusting stop loss like that and will continue to go up. So what I'm waiting for, though you will see that, you know, the candle, the 𝗕𝗙𝗃 candle has started changing to red here, but it doesn't mean that we are going to come down immediately, right? It doesn't mean that we are going to come down immediately, because we still need to break structure to the downside. Moreover, you can see that the red candles, the red moving average rather, are still facing up, and our green candles, our green moving average are still on top of the red ones, right? So that's how it is, and that's how I was able to actually take this trade. And you see that already we are in a massive profit right now, and that you can do this with any token of your choice. Currently RIV is the one that is currently ranking right now with about 37% up, and then we have $15 million in trading volume. So let's go ahead and select RIV. Let me just show you the same thing I'm looking at now. If we select RIV on the 1 minute time frame, you can see that the chart is somehow messy, right? The chart is just so confusing. So what we want to do in this case, right, you can see that RIV has already started pumping a long time ago, and then our green moving averages are on top. Right now, market is consolidating on the 1 minute time frame. So I want to equally look at the 4 hours time frame and see what I'm looking at clearly before I even start making decisions here, whether I'm going to short or I'm going to take a long trade. On the 4 hours time frame, you can see that our moving averages are actually working very well right here. All right. So RIV is still bullish, and I'll go down to like the 1 hour time frame to check more. For the 4 hours, we are still good to go. So I see more, you know, that what I'm seeing, even on the 4 hours, you can see that our moving average has crossed above, and we still have potential of going up to about 0 or even up to $1, right? We can even go up to $1. This is our 1 hour time frame. We can go down to like the 15 minutes time frame and look for entry. That's basically what I do, right? On all of my time frame, from the 4 hours down to the 15 minutes time frame, it's actually giving us this vibe that this market is going to go up. But here is the thing: on the 15 minutes time frame, we have, you know, this structure right there that we need to break. right? We have this structure here that we need to break. So I will need to pay attention to this, meaning if I enter this trade right now because it is bullish, I will end up, maybe end up with drawdown. Market could actually come back down and all of that. So what I want to look at is if we break this structure right here, I'm going to be taking trades immediately, and my targets will be, from that 0.7 upward. That is if the market continues to pump. This has a potential of still going up, right? But we need to pull back a bit. So I'll go back to my 1 minute time frame, and you can see that that structure that I marked on the 15 minutes time frame is what we are expecting right here. All right, and then on the 1 minute time frame, we can equally say this is the lowest point we were, and then we created this high point here. So we're going to map out this area right here to make sure that if market is coming down, right, if it takes this low, we'll be looking for short. This is on the 1 minute time frame. If you take this low, what I'm looking at, this moving averages should be sloping downward, and then the red should be below, and then the green on top. I'll be taking trades from here to the downside, but right now we are just consolidating. You can see the green is not facing up, the red is not facing, they are just flat on the 1 minute time frame. And then we have this other area here. So I'll patiently wait for this to play out, right? Either we break above here and then we'll start buying, or we come down here, pull back up, and then we start looking, if we buy, or we break below this area and we start looking for sell. That's basically how I use this. Right, that's basically how I use that. And you can see that 𝗕𝗏𝗙 𝗖𝗢𝗃 is giving us this kind of choppy up and down, red and green and all of that. So we need to wait to get a particular direction. Yeah, if we have seen this earlier somewhere around there, we would have taken a trade and that would have gone well. But right now we are just consolidating, so we need to wait for this to break above, we buy, or come reject from this area and start going up, we buy, or break below this area and then we'll start selling. That's how I use this 𝗕𝗏𝗙 candle and then the 𝗥𝗘𝗙 multiple moving averages to take trades or scalp every day using the 1 minute time frame. So when your trades are going well and you want to take partials, if I scroll down to this my trade right here, you can see we are up by $50 already. If you want to take partials, all you just need to do, don't use the flash, use the close option. And if you click on the close option, it gives you this option to enter quantity, right? So you just need to enter the quantity, use the market or option, and then close that trade, and you are good to go. So that's how you carry out trades using the 𝗕𝗏𝗙 candle and the 𝗥𝗘𝗙 multiple moving averages to scalp using the 1 minute time frame. But remember, you must select the token that is trending. Either you select from the top gainers, or you select from the top losers, or you trade your favorite token, right? This works on all time frame, and I bet you that you never regret it. Go and try that and let me know in the comment section. If you don't have an account with the Bitunix exchange, use the link in the video description. You see that I did everything here on the exchange. I didn't go to TradingView, I didn't consult any other third party, so I just did everything using the exchange. So go sign up for an account, and I'll see you guys on the inside. If you are not on my Telegram, make sure you use the link in the video description to join our community. That is it for this video, guys. Like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in my next video.